and welcome to the Elevate Show. I had a thought, guys. You know how I usually introduce Benjamin Zulu. Today I feel like saying, our resident, my personal counseling psychologist, Benjamin Zulu. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you.
The reason I say that is because all of us here, si tunakujanga hapa tunasoma kitu tunaambiwa unaenda unaji-question, right? Yeah. And it's not just you guys, same here. So thank you. Thank you so much. Today's conversation is unnerving. And my producer can be a bit dramatic. And the title today is Mothers Who Cannot Love. And I don't know if it's something that growing up you would say, think, or imagine. As long as you're a mom, ni kama inakuja ingrained in you to love and be there and be a mother and do all the lovely things that nobody else in the world does. And the question that we are asking today also further gives me the nerves. And the question we are asking is, can motherhood exist without love? Or does that make her just a guardian and not a mother? Can motherhood exist without love, or does that make her just a guardian and not a mother? NTV Kenya on all our social media platforms. But Zulu, what is this?
Yes, it's a very countercultural conversation.
Yes,
which are supposed to be in hushed tones. Long time ago, women would get children when they are mature. The term mother meant mature women.
Yes.
Whenever you heard the word mother, you imagined a woman who has a home or is getting
looking for, searching for that child.
And typically it was within the family.
Yes.
You become mother within family. And now, those days, because of that setup where it was not just the mother, there was dad, there was uncles, there was auntie, there was community. The influence of the mother, I think it was sometimes spread, even if she was hands-off in terms of love, the child could still be carried by the community. But let me tell you, in the recent past, there is almost an explosion. And thank you for using that term, because it will help our viewers remember the title of the book. There's a book called also On Mothers Who Cannot Love. The first of her kind in the West to publish talking about it, and you thought the West, there's freedom of expression, yes, people are more developed. Forget Africa, not even in the West. She published it after the mother passed on, because the mother was more of a monster to her. So today we are discussing that conversation where the mother becomes a source of pain. She projects her struggles through you. There's no perfect person. We are not saying everybody cannot have weaknesses or moments of anger. We're not saying there's no time of disagreement. We're talking about consistent bile, hatred, blaming you. I've heard people share me messages where the mother is telling them unprintable things. I wish I gave birth to a loaf of bread. You destroyed my life. You know, if it were not for you, I'll be happy. What are you doing on earth? They curse. Some of them tried to abort severally, and you were born against their wish.
Yeah.
Others were prevented from aborting you by other people. Others were abandoned by the baby daddy. Others, things happened. And then because Africa in particular is not big on psychological healing, that person does not know that they need to heal and turn around and accept. So yes, there are mothers who don't love the children. Now, this is the funny part. Sometimes they don't hate all the children. They love some and pick only one of them. Sometimes you are named after the mother to the man who she has a battle with, or the mother-in-law never accepted. Then you are named, and then your dad is calling you mom, and then that mom is being represented energetically in you, and that mom, this woman has a fight with her. So sometimes you're just caught in a conflict, and because many of them are not self-aware, the term self-aware is not there in our local languages. It's not there in Africa. Yeah. What is self-aware in Swahili? What is self-aware in your local language? Utasema kujifahamu, kujijua, which is a little bit, but when you come to English, what we are trying to talk about is being conscious of what's going on internally, and that is not taught in our curriculum. So many people don't know when they've been wounded, when they themselves are down psychologically. And many of them are not even trying to get a child. They're trying to do other things, and they don't imagine that the biological activity may produce a child. You arrive as a surprise and a shock. So yes, there are people walking on the earth watching us today, and there's nobody to validate them that their mother has become a source of pain. And the principle we say is this: whenever a parent does not protect their child, they are already in agreement to the child's destruction. Oof. When the parent does not protect the child, they're in agreement with the child's destruction. They leave them exposed to the world. It is the mother. If you read the book of Ezekiel, God used the example of an abandoned child who was delivered, but then abandoned without being cleaned. So he said, I found you, in blood, thrown away, left to die. There are kids who were thrown away, left to die, dumped to the grandparents or dumped to whoever, and they tossed from here to there. But today they wear clothes like me and Mikali, and they walk in the streets, and we ask them, why are you not happy? Stop overthinking issues. Why don't you smile? Why don't you keep a job? Why don't you keep relationships? What's wrong with you? Read this quote. We just look at what they don't give. If only you knew the stories of some people, you would congratulate them for being in one piece.
Absolutely.
If only you knew what people have had to deal with, you'd say, for not hanging yourself, thank you. For not shooting people, thank you. For not giving up on depression. So those of us who are watching, and you have there, because the world has Mother's Day and they want to worship mothers. A mother is a goddess in the world. The place of a mother is second God, carried you 9 months, cannot hate you. How can she hate you when she brought you to the world? You should understand her. There's a woman who came, a lady who booked a session to come to my office to deal with the same problem. Firstborn daughters or the well-to-do daughters are usually the most frequent with this. And she had been hit by the mother with a shoe like this sharp one, on the head, as in the hole, even when she came, when she was young. And visitors would come and notice she has good grades, she's shining. When they compliment the girl, the mother seethes with envy, and as soon as they are out, she's punished for outshining her. Given mistakes that are not, accused of sleeping with the father, accused of I don't know what, anything on the earth from the time she's a child. So she struggled, somehow miraculously managed. Then the mother blew up 2 of her weddings. She brings home a man who's ready to marry. The woman goes, leave this one alone. I'll give you, this one is a prostitute. I'll give you the other one. No. Even one of them married a Mzungu, and the Mzungu, on the wedding day, the mother-in-law says, you are my son-in-law now. I can't hide you. I just want you to be careful. You picked wrong. I thought you were actually marrying the other one. So I've heard women, this one, when she came to the office, the father accompanied her. The father was the enabler. Sometimes the father is usually there is to make peace, the fake peace. You guys just understand your mother, understand. It's coming from love. It's from a place of love. She means well. Just understand. We live with her like that. You can't change her. She's just your mother anyway. Just pray for her. That kind of, pacifying. And so he accompanied in the session. And when he got wind that she was doing sessions with me, because she was mid-30s, 2 of her marriages has been men who are determined to marry her. The woman went so far to reject the in-laws, to refuse. I don't encourage men to turn down your woman because of the mother.
Yes.
You're going to leave this world without your soulmate, and you're going to be very bitter. Because I hope you know the people you can connect very well, and they also like you, and you like them back, and you connect in life. They are not many. When you meet one, don't drop them because of some malicious character who had their time to marry who they wanted, and now they're denying you to marry who you want. At some point, you must know after 18, you are a grown-up, and your parents have lived their life. Stop consulting people who have failed in their own space. They have no happiness, and they're trying to take away your happiness. Sometimes I want you to read the Bible for yourself, because they want to preach some things like Proverbs 26:2. An undeserved curse will not settle. It's like a bird that is fleeting above. So stop listening. If a parent curses you, you are cursed. God is your creator. Your parent is just a PA box to bring you to earth. So if the parent begins to act like you are God, you must know this. At some point, Jesus told one guy to leave the dead. He said, my father has died, we need to do the funerals. Okay? And he told them, leave the dead to bury their dead. Some of them, these parents are really dead in pain. They're really lost in their own world. They cannot even give you any better than they have given themselves. I was jokingly telling people to really work on their weight as they go for interviews and date. Because when you show up on a date looking sloppy and too heavy and overweight, you already look like you have a crisis. So before we give you another job, we are concerned whether we might break you. If you could not manage your own body, how are you going to the date and this is not at all to make people uncomfortable when they have health issues. Some people it's about health issues, but few. It's only like 1%. The rest of us is the plate, is the sweet tooth, it's the pizza, it's the comfort eating, it's the tea and chapati every 2 hours. Yes. And we have genetics. Like Aguvashi Moses, blessed brother. He has the genetics for it. When you have the genes that really like that way. And I was confronting people. You see somebody struggling with weight. Others are struggling with diabetes. Others are struggling with because people inherit many kind of problems. So don't pity yourself too much because mine is visible or yours is more invisible. So sometimes when you see people appearing, having a parent who could not love them, who could not confirm them, and now they're telling you they have no mother, they emotionally are orphan. Don't tell them, no, pray, no, that's not godly. So one of the solutions, Mikali, if you're listening to us and you've had to wrestle with your mother, you've had words that you cannot even print, one of the things is to accept, actually, she can't give you what she does not have, self-love. She cannot give you what she does not have, peace. She cannot give you what she has not given herself, therapy and healing. So do this, mother yourself, give yourself therapy, give yourself healing. Show up in spaces like this. Believe you have a future. Transfer that love to you have other mother figures, lucky for you, Ruth was mentored by a woman who was from another religion. She was Moabit versus Jews, like Christian and Muslim. They were not opposite, And it was Naomi who mentored her and even besat the grandchild, the Obed, when finally mentored her and got married to Boaz. So you will find another mother. Don't worry. Just believe that your life is not an accident, and whoever sent you here provided alternatives. Who knows you are the only light in that generation to stop the hatred, to stop the curse. Who knows you are the one to start a new generation. So don't curse yourself, don't die. Even if whatever words you are saying, you can reverse them.
So this leads us to welcoming the guest that we have today. She has gone through a lot of pain, judgment, betrayal, stigma from the person that we call mother. But the fact that she's here today sharing her story shows resilience, rebirth, determination to do and be better and help others change the narrative. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Malaika Betty, 25-year-old and gorgeous. Simply do not go to your home. Welcome back to the Elevate Show. We're talking about mothers who cannot love. That's the topic today. And the question we're asking you today is, can motherhood exist without love? Or does that make her just a guardian and not a mother? Can motherhood exist without love? Or does that make her just a guardian and not a mother? At TV Kenya on all our social media platforms. Please indulge us on what you think about our question of the day. Right now, though, we've got 25-year-old Malaika Betty in the building. Karibu sana.
Asante sana, Kali. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Malaika Betty, a content creator, storyteller on social media platforms, and a future pilot.
Karibu sana. Imeli, we're sitting there as we're talking about all of this, and I have a little snippet on, what the story looks like, because I've seen it on social media. I've seen screenshots of conversations between you and Yuma. But even before we get to where things are at right now, let's go back to the little girl. You are firstborn, secondborn, thirdborn?
I'm a firstborn or 7, and I'm the firstborn. Yeah.
So did you grow up with mom? How was it? How was your childhood looking like?
Most of my life I've grown up with my grandma. And then during class 6, that was when I started living with my mom. When I'm schooling, like in primary, when I'm schooling, I go back to her. And then when we are on holidays, I go back to my grandma. And it was like that until Form 1. No, I was in Form 1. I started now living with her permanently until I finished school. And when you were living with grandma and fully with grandma before going back to mom, where were the other siblings? Ni wote saba mlikuwa kwa shosho ama kulikuwa aje? At that time we were just 3. Me, my sister, my mfuata na wengine, we were just 3 girls. Au wengine ni wa the stepdad. So the national side there, so they were not there at that time.
So the husband at the time na watoto wa iyo like wake walikuwa na stay na mom, but watoto wa your dad mlikuwa mna stay na grandma.
Okay, mimi baba yangu ako peke yake.
Oh.
And then my two sisters, their dad is also another person,
Okay.
also died. Now the stepdad ndo ako nao wanne wenye sawa wanaishi pamoja wote.
Okay. So una stay na shushu and then kutoka kwa shushu uka move permanently to clan na mom. How was the relationship between wewe na mom na your other siblings as well?
Not so good. I wouldn't say it was so good, also not so bad. Because my mom and I tumekuwa have the relationship we are on and off. Atakupenda leo alafu the next minute she makes you feel like you're the worst person kwa maisha yake. Like we've been on and off to a point sasa imekuwa too much. So when I was growing old ndo nikajua like this is not normal. Other kids are not going through this.
Yeah.
So
Mkiuliza mlikuwa mnakosania kama nini ilikuwa ina trigger uto to maybe the fights?
Mostly it's because my stepdad, nilijulishwa my stepdad, we became so close to a point I was closer to him. I would tell him anything that I wouldn't even tell my mom. Because me and my mama tuko na hiyo risomio ati naenda nimwambie, you know, I need a phone or something like that. I would go and tell my dad. So nikakuwa my dad pia anani favor more nisema hivyo than her, because I don't want to call her a strange woman because maybe she's fighting her own things, but she's a strange woman sometimes.
Me understand kwa nini unatumia hiyo.
Sasa kama hizo leo ataamka na kupenda atapenda familia yake yote, and then jioni hata sikujisha jioni amechange, amekuwa a very different woman. Ani mashanga huyu mama ametoka wapi, unaelewa? So hiyo akaanza kukasirika na akaanza kusema I sleep with the dad, ikakuwa issues, nikafukuzwa home. So because alisema it's either you choose her or for me to come back. So my dad was like, I love you so much but you have to go.
How old are you? Unafukuzwa ukiwa na miaka ngapi? I mean, you just moved in the other day.
At that time nilikuwa 17 na ndo nilikuwa na mtoto.
18? Ulikuwa na mtoto?
Nilikuwa nimezaa, nimekaa few months.
Okay. So at 17, you became a mom.
Yeah.
17, and the baby daddy, was the baby daddy in the picture at all? Ama sasa?
Kisambo, you know.
Okay. So at 17, you with a child, your mom tells you, get out. And gets dad to probably choose between the wife.
And she woke up, kabeba watoto wake wadogo. Sasa that time, kuna mwenye alikuwa amezaliwa. So akawabeba na kaenda. She left for like a whole week. We don't know where she is. Nothing at all. So my dad akakuwa koza akona sasa my brother mwenye amefuata sister yangu, kuna the boy mwenye saa ako form 3 sai. Yeye ndo alikuwa amebaki na hiyo shule na nini, pia nauzia mama yake nini. So my dad akatafuta mom, akajua venye atampata. So my mama akasema atarudi only on one condition, unless iko kwa hiyo nyumba. So na hivyo ndo mkarada kanikuza yeye.
Unaenda shushu yuko utarudi kumeje at 17 high school?
Nilimaliza, I managed to finish. Nilimaliza tu bado nitoa na mtoto. I take my son to daycare in the morning.
And then you go to school?
I go to school.
Okay. So
Sahabu.
Okay.
Nilitoka hapo immediately went to my grandma because that was the only person I could think of. All the time, that is where I always think of. So I went there, and my mom called there too. Akasema uko ni kwao. Okay, she always tells me a lot about that. Sorry,
ni kwao.
Sorry. So akapiga uko home, akasema that's their home, not ours. So I have to leave. And for people who know, my mom is a threatening kind of person. Mtu kitambo alikuwa kwa gangs, you know, alikuwa wamejamundiki hiyo. So akona ile anaogopa, hadi the mama yake pia anaogopa. So akamwambia nitoke niende, akikuja kwenu basi nipate. So pia shaka akaniambia nakupenda lakini siwezi vumilia vita za mama yako, you just look for a place and go. Ndio nikatoka nikaanza to live with friends sasa from Meru, Tengena, Faika.
Yeah. at 18 you'd have no skill probably ya kufanya hata kazi, kuna mtoto. To how are we making ends meet? How are we surviving? Is dad sending some little money probably on the side?
No, we cut communication at that time at Zotage because I don't know how you managed to connect calls because ilikuwa nikimpigia ingekuwa mom. So I don't know how we do that. Pia message. So utapata akanipigia kaniambia usiku unanitext, usiku unanipigia because mama yako anaona na inaleta vita kwa nyumba. So nikaanza kutegemea tu marafiki na kidogo kaanza kufanya hookups.
How old are you now? 18, 19?
Hapo hiyo process ya ACS intern.
And did you get someone to introduce you to that kind of work? And
Nilikuwa tu nasikia na watu, the friends I was living with, nasikia wako Tinder, amepata mtu, ameenda karudi na 5K. So I'm like, nataka hapa, iko na mtoto. At that time nilikuwa nataka kufanya beauty, so sina hiyo doa ya kunipeleka shule, so lazima tafute. So ndio nikaanza kufanya, nikaingia Tinder, nikaanza kutafuta.
And then you transitioned from that to car work, original dates. You did have to interact with people.
Hiyo ya kama wakati nimeifanya ilikuwa from 2023. Hiyo time tulikuwa tusharudiana kidogo na my mom. We were talking because nilikuwa napata jobs hapa na pale, niko waitress, so nilikuwa napata kidogo ya kunitumianga. So
Yeah. After everything, I'm not saying that we shouldn't. It's concern.
We should it.
Zulu, do you want to intervene?
This is heavy.
Yeah.
This is heavy. And I think, as you said, when a parent does not protect the child, they are blaming whoever wants to destroy the child. Because if the child has been neglected, akikufukuza, if she chased you where you are, and then when you went to your grandma, she also followed to chase you out of that, and you're still a minor, she's still technically a minor. All that we don't implement the law. Somebody should have been arrested. Banned the baby daddy because that was defilement for a child who's under 18, and that mother is chasing a minor away into the street. That kind of neglect, abandonment. Just to say, the fact that Betty has come this far to be able to talk, despite the pain, I think this is very encouraging to others that there's still light.
There is.
Yes.
There is. And how did the conversations with mama alianza kuongelesha venye so alianza kumtumia do ama Daniel probably kulikuwa na go between, maybe trying to make the peace with you?
Most times kulikuwa sana. Okay, at that time mostly because of brother wangu mwingine, because he always calls. Even if you ask him, he'll always tell you, I'm using 911. So he'll always call me. Ikakuwa ananipigia na ananiambia uko hivi na hivi, tutumie pesa hapa ini. So nata akitisha penye tu nitatuma ni kwa mom. So at the end of the day, she ended up just talking to me on her own.
Oh yeah. And how did the relationship get better? Like, did you go back home at that point and you continued?
No, I didn't go home, but we were just talking. Tukaendelea na life until sasa tukakusana kabisa when I started dating. Na nikakuwa serious na kudate.
What happened?
I'm dating a white man, and to most people, mentality, most people when you like they have so many expectations from you when you're dating someone of Patricia, and I think for my mama nafikirianga sasa unaona niko mafutani, niko na pesa. So whenever she wants something and I tell her I don't have, and genuinely I don't, hili nakuna haribika kwa case.
And the other siblings, kuna mtu mwingine anafanya kazi ama tu ni wewe ndio alimpiko, ni wewe ndio?
Mimi tujue hata hao wengine ni wanapigianga
kufikia. So are you still in this relationship?
Yeah. Okay. But nilikuwa nimeachwa Januari.
Well, like
alinipigia kaniambia I can't deal with your family. I can't deal you. It seems like you guys have so much from us, because how do you tell me a mom doesn't speak to the daughter, what kind of a relationship do you have? So akasema hawezi kutaka kuwa kwa relationship na mtu mwenye hata hayuko in good terms with the mom because yeye hajalelewa hivyo hajui hivyo.
Yeah.
So it was kind of hard because nilikuwa najiuliza nitawai heal nini, nitawaipendwa. Because hiyo time ya kwanza genuinely hadi ukiuliza rafiki yangu atakwambia huyu msee anapenda malaika, but mimi sikuwa naiona. Mimi sioni, naona tu si atapata gani nataka aishi.
Lakini alikaa. So akakuacha January and then Ujue ndio umesema alikuacha, si wewe ulimwacha.
Alafu saa tukarudiana end of January, tena kaniacha tena March. Alafu tena finally saa akaamua, I'm coming back and I've decided to just love you and just you alone. I don't want to even have anything to do with your family. Block my mama, cut off kila mtu kwetu.
So mama alikuwa anamuongelesha?
Yeah.
Alikuwa anamwambia? Oh my God, na kwa nini tulimpe access?
Tulimpe access kwa sababu mimi niko na mentality mbaya, nafikirianga watu wata change. Mimi sijui man kulelewa vibaya basi.
Zulu yuko hapa atatuambia hiyo ni nini, usijali tu kujua in safe hands
Na baba tuna hiyo kila mtu ata change. So I've given us so many chances. I've brought myself down ndio maybe ni mimi nimejeka juu mimi afiki hapo, so ninateremka kwenye yako, tunaokotana tena in 1 month, tunataka kuongea whole year tena tunarudiana. So this time around nimeamua kama mbaya mimi ni orphan.
Zulu, what is that need?
Yeah, this girl is looking for belonging and a home, and I encourage her to stop dating first and heal. What she's saying that she's always believing that people change is because she's unhealed. And you only have one mother on the earth. When she rejects you, that's a grief, just like grieving a person who died. This person, when she goes to counseling, when this lady goes to counseling, she'll be taken through grieving. We call it ambiguous grieving. Grieving a person who's alive, but they are dead to you. When people have no parents, they receive sympathy from the world. But when they have toxic parents, there's no sympathy. If she said I have no parents, that would be simple, isn't it?
Yes.
But saying I have parents, but they hate me, you're like, have you explained? Are you sure you are not the one?
Ulifanya?
How can a mother hate you? You know?
Yeah.
So she's going through a problem that even orphans may not relate with. And I don't encourage her to jump into relationships as she is.
Yeah.
Also, her age is very delicate. You have heard me talk about pre-25. You can hear the boom. Tukaachana January, boom, akarudi. Boom, akaenda tena, boom, akarudi. Boom, nikampea namba, boom. I usually call it.
So hivi nimeamua kani mbaya.
You know, because they have not matured.
Yeah.
My encouragement is that you can see already, Betty, you have taken mistakes trying to look for love. You have a child here when you are still a child.
Yes.
You know, and before you don't have a father, but yes, another child does not have a father. Your mother is not present for you. You're trying to be a mother to when you've not been mothered. There's something that needs to heal. And I think Africa, we can save ourselves if we just memorize that word.
Yeah.
When you are bleeding, you don't go to play, you go to heal.
Yeah.
When you see a player who's been injured, even if they're a very good player, they take time out. Because when you go to the field, you won't focus on scoring, you focus on sparing yourself from being hurt. So all your relationships with Betty right now, they're influenced by a person who understands your relationship with your mother. Not whether they're an honest person, not whether they're deeply committed, not whether they're a good father, not whether they understand your vision, not whether they build your self-esteem. All those things are not in view because you are still at loggerheads with your mother. Until you heal, until you find peace, you cannot have a relationship of peace. When you're bleeding, you need bandage. Everything we're dating now is a bandage. And the day you will heal, some of these people become very relevant. They are used to you being this person who is wounded. The day you become a person who is healed, assertive, who has requests, who has standards and expectations, that's why people divorce, when things get better. Poverty is another wounding problem. She has that problem, though she has not used that word.
Yeah.
Abandonment by parents leave you financially exposed to exploitation, and poverty by itself scars you with the vulnerability. Girls are very unsafe in the world. When they tell you I started the hookup, you are taking it casually because you don't know what it means. It means locking yourself in a house with a beast who sometimes has taken Viagra to get value for his money. And it's a consensual interaction. And it is him who will know when there is no timer, no referee. This is a girl. and she has had other people being hurt or killed, some money there, sometimes they're not even paid, that business is the most humiliating thing a girl can go through. And but my friend booked this Airbnb from hell because the person next, they look next. Some funny characters doing that business. So you could not sleep. Yeah. Because the fella is busy insulting the lady. And you're like, you guys came here in agreement. Some of them are sadistic. They need to inflict pain.
Yeah.
They need to put you down.
Yeah.
So when you hear a woman went through that, she needs healing.
That's true.
Our view of men is very twisted because she has seen the beast side of men. There are men who are kind and good and polite. They exist. But I tell you, the people who go to young girls who are vulnerable are not that kind that wants to give. It's that kind that wants to take. They objectify you. There's a time, I think it was one of them got vulnerable and confessed to say, guys, the things I did to get this money, don't follow that path.
Yeah.
People ask you to lick their toe, ask you to do funny things. They humiliate you. The money, you're going to pay it in other ways. You have to really be degraded. So this girl needs a healing. And every girl out there, if you have survived this far in one piece, you don't have diseases that are threatening your life. You don't have, you're not, sometimes they drink to unconsciousness because they can't face consciousness for the things they've gone through. Yeah. If you're still in one piece, I encourage you to seek therapy, go to church. You have churches that have counseling. We have organizations that teach you life skills. Avoid men for some 3, 4, 5 years until you are well. You can laugh, you can feed yourself, you have a skill, you can negotiate on a table. The relationship, you set a constitution. Not a man going and coming back like you are telling. Nimekuacha, haya nimerudi. Nimekuacha, nimerudi. Meaning you have no standards. Anakuokota tu. You know? And sometimes some people are looking for wounded people because wounded people don't have really standards. They just want support.
Yeah.
What you need is support. So you have a crutch to encourage these young girls. I'm sorry you have been abandoned by your parents, but don't recycle the pain by starting getting children and getting men in the same unconscious state your mother was. Absolutely. Take time and heal. And you can sometimes do like a Kuku Danger, what he told us.
Yeah.
See, I'm not getting children when I'm in this kind of state of health. I would rather just build the others out there and encourage them. Yeah. Also minimize your children. You have one child. Just say, hey, and I will stay with this one until I know who I am.
Absolutely.
It's better I get a child and I'm a better place.
Okay.
Yes.
Inaingia kukote from the heart. And we're due on a break, but I would like to find out probably when we come back, Malaika. And because when you started telling us, you said that, you did not know that it was abnormal how you grew up and the kind of hate you were getting. But then you got to a certain age and realized, hawa watoto wengine hawakuendangi hivi kwao. So knowing that and living the life that you've lived so far, if you've been able probably to walk the journey of healing, like Zulu is talking about, are you actively there? Is it something that you desire if you're not there yet? But we'll get that feedback after the break. The question we're asking you today is, can motherhood exist without love, or does that make her just a guardian and not a mother? NTV Kenya on all our social media platforms. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back to the Elevate Show. Malaika Betty in the building, sharing her story with us. And the topic today is mothers who cannot love. And the question we're asking you is, can motherhood exist without love? Or does that make her just a guardian and not a mother? And just before we went on a break, I asked a question around, healing, and if it's something that you have started actively to do or desire to do if you haven't started already.
I started therapy, but my therapist got tired of me. It gave those signs. Because it turned out, iligeuka ikakuwa ni kama mimi sasa nimekuwa therapist. Ameanza kukua like...
Alikuwa buye?
Akwa speechless, so... Nikaminza,
Zulu! Your folks! Ukaacha
kwenda therapy
ikakosana, unafeel kama unataka kumbembeleza yeye. Zulu, Is that allowed?
Somebody's carried away so much.
Yeah.
Encourage him. Don't worry, buddy, I'm not dying.
I don't think I won't be a therapist for sure.
No, the problem is her problem is like major surgery, but it was taken to a person who's not of that. Therapy
At their level.
what is to use multi-approach, to read books, watch shows like this,
Yes.
or to support groups. Like particularly many churches, you find that they have small groups where people share stories and it's safe. Or you can find, you try this counselor, if that doesn't work, because you are sick, you're looking for until you get healed.
Yeah.
My encouragement for her to set aside a period of time where she's getting herself together. And during that time, she's just hustling, selling chapati, whatever she does, content creation. Make sure you're getting some money and feeding yourself. Don't bring the money into that space. You are not yourself. Whoever you bring now, when you heal, he will become irrelevant. I say your taste and preferences in people change once you know yourself. The same people used to crush on you like, what was it about this one?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice just rickets. You know? Okay, not always rickets.
But something else.
Something.
Yeah, they could be smelling.
Not even my type. That's why I say not my type.
Yeah.
Because you were not yourself. Once you become yourself, now you know your type. That's why men are paying school fees for kids. And when the kid graduates, I realize you're actually not.
Yeah.
Not my type, because I was not myself. Now I
wasn't.
know my type.
Yeah,
I didn't know that I like yellow, blue. Or now I think red is better. And you are alright. Sorry, not you. So
Yeah.
And again, when you start paying school fees, I was telling men, you have become a father figure, not a romantic partner. And fathers, when we grow up, we leave them. We become independent. So if you're paying fees for a girl, expect her to live the way she lives dad. She doesn't stay with dad forever. So kamua ng'ombe wakati iko hapo juu itaenda. So I was just saying. It's a transaction. It's not a relationship. So to encourage her that healing can be multifaceted.
Okay.
Do it yourself.
Okay.
Well, you're a first therapist.
Yes.
If you watch like I stream shows daily, they continue to heal.
Yes, a lot.
Watch them daily. Read the books. You're online. You start online, not to watch people shaking what the mama gave them. You need to shake. So some of us, our moms didn't give any apart from therapy pill. You know, what my mothers gave us really. See it. Next time somebody say, if somebody tell me is what mama gave me, I will shake therapy bill. Because the truth gave me. It's what I can shake to tell that you can take up healing and be personal with it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. And on that note, the floor is open for questions. We'll start with you.
Thank you. My name is Aguvasu Moses. I have two questions. First, Betty, your story is quite moving, and be strong, take heart. But one question, you talked about your career, you wanted to be in beauty industry. Have you taken up that decision? And also I heard you talking about of a pilot. Is it the aviator one or the real aviator?
Jameni, Moses.
And lastly, the pain that have kept you moving, because as Benjamin Zulu put it, and the biblical quotes he has quoted, nothing happens on this world without reason. And so you should be able to build on that so that your lineage will not suffer the same that you underwent. You should not carry the pain forward. Usikuwe therapist, you allow yourself. So you allow yourself, and you also take up instructions or lessons from those that are above you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Moses. The question about beauty and aviator. Moses. When it was serious. Yes.
Thank you, Moses. About the beauty, I didn't manage to finish because I started. There was a friend of mine who was doing the nails, was in the beauty world. So I joined her, and she showed me more of her friends who are also doing that. So Wanda walinifunza, actually, I'm a professional nail tech. I'll do your makeup professionally. And I learned from the friends.
Okay, okay. Self-taught.
Yeah. About the aviation, that is something that it's been a dream that I want to make come true. So I've started my research, I've gone to Wilson, the schools. And so, yeah,
All the best.
8 million.
Bas, umedia sasa. Anatafuta ngapi? Kusha. Haya, we have another question.
Hi girls.
Hi.
My name is Brenda And actually, Betty, let me congratulate you. You're a strong girl. In your perspective, I can relate because, like for me, I lost my parents when I was so young. So I know what it means lacking the mother's cover, the mother's love, yeah? It's a bit emotional, I know, because mostly we came, like when you don't have parents or you have a toxic parent around you, especially at the age of 18, 19, or you're clearing your high school, you're being told go out, where, and you don't know where you're going. Like me, I was told where to Somesha High School, may God bless them wherever they are, but I was told just leave. From there you're in the world, you know nobody, you know nothing. It's you and your God, yeah. So me, like most of the time we fall into wrong prey hands, yeah? Like me, I fell into someone's hands that I was looking for a father figure in someone, because girls and their fathers, there's something God kept in between girls and their fathers, and that's why you're so close to your stepfather, because there's just that connection. So it's not easy. I mean, it's not easy, but through God's grace, tunajikutanga tu tumeingia kwa mikono mbaya, we fall into wrong hands. We can't realize later we were making mistakes, but we didn't have anybody to guide you through. Maybe the church, and people even get tired of us. Like me, I know someone who held my hand in church. It came to a point they got tired, and I cannot blame them because they have their kids they have to raise, they have their own things they have to do. But Zulu, help us, help those, like me, I'm a grown up and God has blessed me with daughters, and I always pray that God will give me long life so that I can take them through life. Wasipitie kenye mimi nimepitia, because it's hard. It's not easy. It's hard. So Zulu, help us understand. Like a little girl from high school, you have no one to take you to college. Maybe ufanye kazi ujipeleke college, ama you fall into someone's hands that they just want to take advantage of you, transaction or whatever the way you call it. Help these young girls they are maybe from toxic parents or orphans, like totally orphans. You have no grandma, no grandfather, you have nobody. It's only you and maybe your sister na pia kona life yake na uko. It's only you and your God and your life. How can you get someone like that? Because vulnerability is, kwanza kwa wasichana, it's very painful, because you just find yourself, like me nimelala nje for some time, like unatafuta, you go hustle, alafu ikifika usiku, you don't know where you're going. Yeah, you just go hide somewhere, sleep. Anyway, I don't know. Just help us through that.
Yeah, Mikali, being abandoned. Thank you for that question. What's your name again? Brenda. So Brenda, at least you managed and you wrestled. If you find yourself alone or you don't have anywhere you call home, take advantage of the fact that out here, particularly in Africa, there's a huge market for untrained labor, hustles. If you put your mind to a hustle, whatever is around you, kufulia watu nguo, then you do it well. Kufanya maid. Sometimes house help, you're able to be given somewhere to sleep and food. It's usually one soft place to start. When you're an organized person, today, right now, if you want to look for house help, and you post on Facebook, and you look like you are sane, you'll be inboxed. That's a very rampant market.
That's true.
People like Mikali who have no children still are hiring house helps.
Yeah.
To cook for them. She's busy at work. She's her boss. So this will be a very easy employer. Because she's not bothering you. Just work, cook, clean, and go to your quarters. So that's one safe place to start. I'm just saying Africa has a rampant market for reliable people. The reason this rampant market is because people are dark-hearted. When you bring them to our homes, they hurt us. Yeah. They poison you. They bring food they know you have allergy to. They start competing with your life, feeling bitter. If you know you are sincere, present that sincerity in the world and you find opportunities, okay?
Yeah.
The next option, when you find, after you get the entry level, there's a lady who came here and she was in the university and she would do house help during long holidays. And she said, when the employer realized she's a sensible person who is sincere, not trying to snatch the husband, not trying to poison the children, you're not doing crazy things, you are sincere. People are looking for kind people. So even skills they can teach. If you're not crazy. True of us.
That's true.
Our homes, we are suffering. These people don't stay. They and then they go to TikTok to shine in your house. That's true. You find your house, all of it on TikTok. Yes. This is my house. Yes. What happened? And they said, so guys, today we are doing this, pretending it's their house, and it's yours. So if you're not that crazy, you protect people's privacy, you are respectful, you do your work and you stay at your corner, some people cling on you for their dear life because you're giving them the needed stability. So don't feel desperate. Africa is so craving for reliable assistance. Am I right? Yes. When you are a man, just take the other route. Whatever you know how to do with your hands, like washing cars, and you are teachable and you are keen. Show up at a car wash, tell them, can I do a job today? Look at my work. Okay, osha hii tuone. And they see you are keen. Mbona unakaa chukua namba ya gari ya kesho? When you are keen, you don't move too much. Again, when you have faith in God, you will make it. The other element, next time you find yourself helpless, you don't know where to sleep, prefer places that are police station, church. Don't go to the street, or a mother. Also approach a mother, tell them I just don't have somewhere to sleep. Yeah. Again, don't leave your village. Don't leave your village if you don't know where you sleep today. In the village, you are known. Mtoto huyu na huyu, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stay there as a girl. The last thing is, when you start, don't go to relationships, don't think of family, don't think of anything, think of self-development. And give the same period you'd have done college. If you don't have school fees for college, give the time for college. And during that time, learn skills. Learn what?
Skills.
Don't bother about certificates. Try many things. Try sewing, try plaiting hair, try things until you find something you enjoy. When you find what you enjoy, go deeper. Bake chapati, do things. When you find something that people are like, I like the way you do this one, they do this for me, they do it for me, go deeper there. What you enjoy, you tend to perfect and do it better.
Absolutely.
So now start looking for yourself. When you find the skill, forget diploma. Sometimes you waste your time too much in these colleges and you tarmac for 10 years and you borrowed here, you borrowed there. It is overrated. If you have the skill, the paper can come later. Okay? Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for that.
You have another question?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm Juliet. So, thank you for being a strong lady. And my question is, have you ever tried to be in any group like the chef called the anti-FGMs? And then, which kind of a person are you? Are you a melancholic? Are you an introvert? Then my last question is, what if you can just go to your knees and say, like, if there's somebody in my family lineage when alikuwa treatiwa hivi, so that you can cut the connection. Sometimes connections za familia inaturudisha na wanga inatuhurt. Maybe back then there's a grandmother or a grandfather or somebody from that family alikuwa anafanywa hivyo, and then I'm sorry to say the person died. Unaona, that connection inakuja inatuumiza. So if you can cut that bondage through prayers and fasting, I think inaweza kusaidia sana.
Okay.
About groups, no, I haven't. And about kuomba, I pray nowadays a lot so much, because excusing the mentality, if my Father in heaven is so wealthy, if I can't so like I pray so much nowadays.
Yeah.
And I can feel myself coming back.
Okay. Yes. Oh wow.
I'm not an introvert, I'm not an extrovert. I'm in between. So.
Okay. Thank you so much for your questions, guys. We can have your parting shot. Maybe what would be the thing that you would encourage probably young girls probably who have gone through or are going through something that you went through?
Okay, start thinking about yourself more.
Okay.
And this world, people are different. And like when you have so much expectations, like you don't always get what you want sometimes, you understand? And then sometimes you can get what you want, but it doesn't come the way you want it.
Yeah.
So love yourself more than you love, like put yourself first, always. You come first. And chase your dreams.
Chase your dreams. Okay, Zulu.
Yeah, sometimes you don't choose what you're handed, the cards you are dealt.
No.
You may be handed very bad cards.
Yeah.
But life asks how you played the cards you were dealt. So it's not the diploma I got or the fact that I have a TikTok or the fact that I'm wearing shoes today, is what I had to overcome to do this thing you're calling a small thing. Yeah. Some of us were handed clothes by parents. Some of us had to ache for a coin and another coin to get those clothes.
Yeah.
Just to encourage you that your victories are valid, even if they are too small in today's context. The fact that you're putting your mind together, you are healing, you are getting off toxicity, you are breaking generational curses. It is taking you time to learn how to relax and work with your heart. It's taking you time to just put a table in your house and a curtain in your windows and mattress on your floor. It is taking you time, and you feel like your friends are posting Instagram reels. You know those highlight reels?
Yeah.
And you don't have any highlight reels to do. I wanted to encourage you. It is the obstacles you have to overcome that give context to your victory. Own your journey, and if you're coming from rejection, no parental support, you're building one block at a time. Give yourself patience and don't hurry to announce. Take your time.
Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
All the very best, Malaika. You are very, very brave to be out here, and I hope this show helped you, gave you direction, and you've got another stepping stone in front of you to just step on right now. Thank you so much, Zulu. Thank you so much, Malaika, and my amazing audience, Asanteni Pia. And for our viewers at home as well, thank you for always tuning in. See you next week, same time, same place. From me and the entire team, good night.